Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Stole All Konoha Jutsus and Secrets and Ran Away. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the brand new episodes over on Anime King, Anime King 3, and Anime Prince. If you're new, yes, I indeed have 4 channels. 4 channels that I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new so I can reply and talk back to all of you. And turn on the bell notification and see when I post because I do post a lot. So without further ado, wasting more time, what do you say we jump right into this? Begin now, guys. So the last spot we left off, Naruto had a dear friend. Her name was Yakumo Kurama. Him and Kurama had been friends for some time now, as Naruto promised her that he would take her away from the village, away from all of this. Yakumo really hated Hokage and hated Kurama as well, who sealed away her abilities. She had the other side, that was mainly feeding off her power. A dark side that was basically the representation of a demon that had allowed her to burn her house down and kill her parents in the process. However, Kunai saw that she was too dangerous, that is what she said. Along with the Hokage authorization, she sealed away Yakumo's power, effectively stopping the girl from becoming a kunoichi, something that she always wanted. Thus, she was angry about that, and she never forgave her. Naruto had been her closest friends for some time now, as Naruto told her his secret. The secret that he found from his mother. Kushina Uzumaki had left behind a note. She sealed it at the back of his neck, as Naruto had found it some time ago. However, Kushina had told him everything regarding the world, everything regarding him being a Jinchuriki. However, to show a sign of trust, each clan of Konoha gave a scroll to the Hokage once he take mantle. So they gave it to Minato. However, Kushina had taken a copy of each of them, as she had made a copy and left them for Naruto. It would help him get stronger. She knew that she might have done something bad, but she was not the one to agree with their statement. It was Minato. All she wanted was to protect her son, knowing that the life of a Jinchuriki can be truly dangerous, so she wanted him to be prepared for anything. When Yakumo overheard this, she hugged Naruto tightly, as she never knew as she hugged him. The both of them were in a shared mindscape that Yakumo was able to create with Naruto giving her scrolls that belonged to the Yamanaka family, as she was able to form a mindscape that brought the both of them inside. Naruto also called the Kyuubi mother as well. The relationship was a bit different, as she had helped him from he was much younger. He knew about his biological mother, but he also saw the Kyuubi as a mother as well. Naruto had made plans that involved Orochimaru. Orochimaru was planning to experiment on Naruto to make him stronger, to have a strong ally that also wanted to see the downfall of Konoha. With Naruto on his side, he could use him to also crush the Akatsuki as well. As Naruto told Yakumo just to hold on for a bit longer. We then had a time skip as Hiruzen Sarutobi was met with some troubling news. Yakumo guards were found dead, and the weapon that was used, it could only be the Hirishin of Minato Namikaze, those special kunais. This news was quite troubling. To think that someone had been able to replicate the jutsu, or the worst is thought, to think that somehow Minato survived and is now an enemy of Konoha. However, they were able to summarize that Yakumo was not taken. In fact, she willingly went. Immediately, Hiruzen's eyes went wide as he assigned both Itachi and Shisui to watch over Naruto. If anyone would want to come after anyone else special, it would be him. as both boys accepted as they vanished. Unaware to hers that Naruto was currently in a tube. As he was released from said tube on the ground, Orochimaru wanted to see how far his loyalty stretched to. However, Naruto did not trust him, nor did he work for him. The both of them just had a mutual benefit in the destruction of Konoha, as Orochimaru accepted that. However, he warned Naruto that there is many people within the sound that would want to test him theirself. Not to mention, he was gonna have a little test later on, but he was not allowed to kill the person that he was fighting. After all, they will be beneficial for the future. So with that, he left. As Naruto went to see Yakumo. Yakumo had been here for some time now. With the help of Kabuto, she was able to gain back her mobility. Not to mention, Kabuto had made sure she get to know the other girls that were here, that being Teiwaya and Karen as well. As several of them were orphans, they would have a trouble past to bond over. It was then that Orochimaru was told by Kabuto how they escape. As he was shocked, turns out that Naruto had killed the guards from 2 weeks before and transformed 4 clones into the guards. He then stabbed them with Minato kunai to trick Konoha to have their minds busy on something else while he was out here doing what he was gonna do. As Orochimaru was intrigued by this boy, more and more he was gaining his interest and piquing it. As Orochimaru had to watch him though, seeing that he had rained down his killer intent on Naruto, and the child had not even budged. That was something to keep an eye on. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the play, check it for yourself, and don't forget to go ahead and check out the other what ifs over the other channels. Yes, I indeed have 4 links in the description, so without further ado, what needs to be jump right into this. Begin now guys. Naruto-kun, Yakumo said in delight as she saw that he was up. She ran and barreled right into his arms. Naruto was caught off guard by her mobility, and also her strength as well, as he fell right on his back, as the girl snuggled into his chest. Yakumo-chan, he said. Naruto-kun, I'm so glad that you're up. I was worried. I thought you were never gonna wake up, she said, as she held on to him. As Naruto simply chuckled a bit. You worried too much about me, Yakumo-chan, said Naruto, but I'm glad that you're safe. I was worried sick about you, as he brushed a few strands of hair away from her face. Really? She said. Of course, said Naruto. I couldn't stop panicking until I was able to confirm that you were okay with my own eyes. Even though I could sense through your chakra that you're okay, I still need to confirm with my own eyes first, said Naruto, as his right hand caressed her cheek. Oh, Naruto-kun, she said. That is so unmanly of you. I never thought that you were such a softie, she said with a giggle, as she pressed her index finger in his chest in a teasing gesture. Shut up, said Naruto. I'm not a softie, as he blushed in embarrassment. As that made her laugh. Her Naruto-kun was so easy to get flustered, and when he looked like a cute little fox. Her cute little fox. Why I'll show you soft, said Naruto, as he flipped her over before he started to tickle her. Yakumo got stuck in a fit of giggles as she tried to apologize, begging him to stop. So who's a softie now, said Naruto as he kept on tickling her. However, their little fun time was stopped as a gigantic club came down and almost crushed them. However, Naruto was able to react in a split second. Now he stood on top of the wall, looking down with Yakumo in his arms safely, as he looked at the grotesque creature with the gigantic club, as it had caused him massive damage just from one swing. It looked like a male humanoid with a full body suit, long hair that covered its entire face. The metal club was being held in his right hand. I can't believe I let my guard down like that, even if I was happy to see Yakumo-chan. It was no excuse. If it wasn't for my sensory ability, we would have both been dead by now, Naruto thought. And what on earth is that monster? Teiwaya, a voice shouted out. What the hell are you doing? You almost killed Yakumo-chan. A red-haired girl around her age arrived. She had red hair along with matching red eyes and glasses. Shut the hell up, the one now known as Teiwaya said. Whoever that bastard was, he was trying to do something to her, and I was trying to save her, you idiot. Teiwaya had brown eyes, red hair with a hat on top of her head, allowing a single bang to come down in her face. You idiot! She was in direct line of your attack, and she was pinned to the floor. There was no way that she could have escaped that. Karen screamed furiously, her face red hot from anger. It seems like smoke was gonna be blown from her ears at any moment now. Tuh, I'm sure she could have escaped, Teiwaya said, as she was not willing to admit her mistake. Tuh, I hate you, said Karen. Well, screw you too, said Teiwaya. So she was aiming to kill me, not Yakumo, Naruto thought. So she's the one controlling that monster. Did you hear the music before? The attack. I'm sure that she's using chakra enhance, sound wave. Given that flute that she's holding in her hand, I believe that's a source of her ability. The Kyuubi said to Naruto in his mind. In that case, I can predict her ability by studying the chakra pathways through the sound, said Naruto, with my new sensor ability. Hey, said Naruto, causing Teiwaya to look up towards him. You almost just killed her, said Naruto. I'm gonna kill you for that. His tone was cold and unfeeling. His eyes portraying a look of death as he looked down towards the girl. Give me your best shot, shithead, said Teiwaya as she brought her flute up to her lips. I can only summon one Doki at a time with my chakra reserves, but that shouldn't be a problem. One should be enough to take care of this shithead, Teiwaya thought to herself. You have already lost. I already know how to counter your technique. You need chakra to use direct attacks from the sound waves that you emit to control your monster. And I can sense a chakra in your sound waves. So as I said, you already lost, said Naruto. What? Impossible, Teiwaya thought. Someone else with that sensor ability cannot exist. Could he be? Like Karen, Teiwaya thought. She shook her head. No, what the hell am I afraid of? I am one of Orochimaru elite disciples. One of the few chosen to be trained explicitly to become one of his bodyguards. I can never lose to a trash like this. Besides, he won't be able to anticipate the initial attack even if the chakra go through the sound wave. He at least needs to see the movement first. So I just won't give him any time to be prepared, and I'll kill him before he can make a move, she thought to herself. Karen stepped forward beside Teiwaya. You're gonna have to deal with me as well. And you won't defeat the both of us no matter how strong you think you are, said Karen as she stood beside Teiwaya looking up towards him. As Naruto clenched his fists, all of you, stop it right now before I place you all under the worst genjutsu that you've ever seen, Yakumo shouted as all of them gulped at her threat. They all knew that to take her threats lightly. Her genjutsus were almost unbreakable, and what made matter worse, her genjutsus could manifestate in reality, as her genjutsu was strong enough to make your mind believe that you were actually suffering what she was making you see. For example, if she placed you under a genjutsu where your body started to burn, your real skin will actually start to burn as well. Naruto-kun, these are my new friends. They kept me company while you were asleep. Teiwaya, Karen, this is Naruto-kun. He's the one I told you about. The one that saved me from Konoha, my best friend. Yakumo explained, trying to stop them from killing each other. Both girls' eyes widened in shock as Teiwaya realized who she almost killed. Without even knowing it, Yakumo had talked about him non-stop, so they felt like they know him already. New friends? When did this happen? Said Naruto. Well, I was lonely, and Orochimaru-sama would not allow anyone to see you during the experiment. Teiwaya and Karen tried to cheer me up, and we got close and we became friends. Yakumo said she didn't know why, but she felt like she had done something wrong, for some reason that she couldn't understand. Or maybe she feel like she betrayed Naruto for having other friends that weren't him. I see, said Naruto. Were they good to you? Do you think you can trust them? He said, as he was speaking like the two girls were not even there at all. Yes, I trust them. You're not mad at me, are you, Naruto-kun? Yakumo asked. What? Of course not, said Naruto. I could never be mad at you. As he smiled at her, his smile was so infectious and sweet, she had to turn her gaze away to not show her blush. Naruto-kun, she said, could you please put me down now? As she was just realizing that he was holding her against his torso in a bridal-style carry. Oh, yeah, said Naruto as he jumped down. A small blush coming on his face as he placed her down. So, why don't you properly introduce me to your friends? Naruto said. Oh, okay. The one with the foul mouth is Teiwaya-chan of the North Gate. She is one of Orochimaru-sama, Zone 4 elite trainees. And the one with the glasses is Karen-chan. She's Kabuto, apprentice. Oh, okay, said Naruto. Hello, you two. I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. It's nice to meet you, said Naruto, as he outstretched his hand for a handshake. Wait, did you say Namikaze? But isn't that the name of the fourth Hokage? Are you related to him? Karin asked with wide eyes as Teiwai looked towards her. She did not know that was the name of the fourth Hokage. She should really pay attention in her history lessons. Yes, I am his biological son, said Naruto, shocking them even more. Sure, Karin figured out that you're related, but she never expected him to be his son. Oh, no wonder Yakumo-chan and Kabuto-sensei spoke so highly of you. Is it okay if I feel you? Karin asked, with a slight blush on her face. Sure, why not, said Naruto, if it will prove who I say I really am. As Naruto took her hand and placed it on his chest, she blushed at that. She did not expect something like that she just wanted to use. Her mind caught her eye to feel out his chakra. Get your paws off her, you pervert, Teiwai said, as she smacked his hand away with her flute. Hey, I'm not a pervert, Naruto shouted. Sure, you could have fooled me, like I didn't see how you were groping Yakumo earlier, and now you want to do the same to Karin. Well, I won't allow it, she said, pointing her flute towards him. What the hell are you talking about? I was not groping anyone. You're starting to sound real paranoid, like one of those insecure housewives, said Naruto. Why how dare you insult me, you shithead, she said. All she wanted was to feel your chakra, not your body, you pervert. How the hell was I supposed to know that, said Naruto. I don't know. How about asking what she meant like a normal person, instead of just sticking your head in the gutter? Teiwai yelled back. However, Naruto simply ignored her. Hey shithead, did you hear me, she said. However, he was talking. Hey mom, I'm going to block our connection for a while. She might freak out if she sends you without prior knowledge of what I am, said Naruto. That's a good idea. Do it, said Kyuubi. Alright, thanks, said Naruto. I promise, this will not happen again. I will tell them about you. It's not like I'm ashamed of you or anything. I love you, mom, he said. The great beast of unimaginable power, the Kyuubi, felt a lot of emotion from Naruto's words. I love you too, son, she said, as there was a smile on her face. As Naruto glanced back up, Alright, Karin-chan, he said, you can do what you want to do. Karin blushed at him calling her Chan. They barely knew each other and yet he was already using such an affectionate suffix. It made her blush. As she activated her ability, there was a look of confusion. A strange look followed, as she seemed confused overall. What's wrong, said Naruto. Your chakra. It's strange. It's like 3 different tones to it. One bright and warm, like the sun itself. The other 2 are both sinister. Another one being more sinister than the other. And I couldn't go as deep as I wanted to. It's almost like you were blocking me. Like you're trying to hide some part of yourself, said Karin. I see, Naruto thought to himself. The 3 tone of my chakra must represent my normal chakra. The second part is affected by mom's chakra. That is continuously dripping into my own chakra by the seal that dad placed on me. And the third one must be because of the experiment, Naruto thought to himself. I knew you could not be trusted, Teiwai yelled. What were you trying to hide, you shithead? As she got right up in his face, staring right at him. However, Yakumo quickly came to his defense. Shut up, she said. Naruto-kun doesn't have to tell you anything. No, it's okay, Yakumo-chan, said Naruto. You said that they could be trusted and they were your friends. I see no reason to keep it a secret from them. But, said Yakumo as Naruto cut her off. Did you tell them about yours? He asked. Yakumo nodded. And did they accept you? Naruto asked. She nodded once more. Then don't worry, said Naruto. They should accept me too. No way, said Teiwai. You have the Edo demon as well. No, said Naruto. The fourth Hokage seal a Kyuubi inside of me. Both girls were shocked to hear that. No way, said Karin. Your own father sealed a demon inside of you. Is that why you were hated in Konoha? Yes, said Naruto. Man, that's terrible. I would have killed my dad if he did something like that to me. A new voice spoke up from behind them. Glancing over his shoulder, Naruto saw 3 boys. They did not look more than a year or 2 older than him. No one asks you anything, Kidamaru, said Karin. Tuh, like I care what you think, Four Eyes, Kidamaru said. He was a dark-skinned, dark hair, black eye, 7-year-old boy. He also had 2 extra pairs of arms, making it 6 in total. You must be a taijutsu specialist, said Naruto. Kinemura looked towards him. Why would you say that? With 4 extra limbs, you must have a powerful, unpredictable taijutsu style. After all, no one trained or prepared themselves to be fighting 6 arms at one time, so that would give you the advantage in several battles. Huh. You know what? I like you. I think we'll get along pretty great. You should hang out with the boys sometime, Kinemura said, as he offered one of his arms for Naruto to shake. Sure, said Naruto, why not, as he shook the arm. Tuh, whatever you do, just make sure you don't offer to buy fat shit Jirobo any food or you'll be broke for months, said Teiwaya. You should not curse so much, Teiwaya. It's unfitting of a lady to curse like that. Jirobo was a tall, chubby 7-year-old boy. His hair was shaped like an orange mohawk, and he had brown eyes. But he wasn't just fat though. There are signs of muscle under his chubbiness. He must be really strong. Yeah, seeing that you know so much about being a lady, why don't you start acting like one around the dinner table, you fatso, and stop using that affectionate suffix with my name. Teiwaya told him. I'm going to pretend like I did not hear that, and invite our new comrade to come and share a meal with us. How about it, Namikaze-san? Asked Jirobo. Sure, that would be cool. My treat, said Naruto. Sure, why not, Jirobo said, with a glint in his eyes. That won't be necessary. You're the new member of our super squad. Why not let us treat you instead? Consider it a welcome gesture, Seikon said. He was a 7-year-old boy with grey hair. He was also wearing eyeliner and lipstick, making his appearance look more feminine, as there seemed to be another head that was sticking out of his upper back as well, that was lying low. No, that's okay, I insist, said Naruto. What a fool. Can't he see I was trying to save him from Jirobo? Well, ain't my problem anymore, Seikon thought to himself. Alright then, you're treating, Seikon said, with an amused look on his face. That is when a chuckle could be heard. I see that you're already making friends, Naruto-kun. You work fast, don't you? Orochimaru stepped out. Just trying to settle into my new home. As quickly as possible, Orochimaru-sama, said Naruto. Unlike the others, Naruto, Yakumo and Karen were not shocked by his appearance. They had already sensed him coming. Orochimaru chuckled once again. So it seems, Naruto-kun, so it seems. Orochimaru-sama, the Zone 4 greeted as they all dropped down to one knee, as they bowed their head in respect for their master. Is it time for the test already? Damn, time surely fly fast. I didn't even get a chance to warm up, said Naruto, as he shook his head dramatically. I'm afraid so, Naruto-kun. Come, walk with me, Orochimaru said. Wait, is it okay if we come and observe the test as well, Orochimaru-sama? Asked Yakumo. Orochimaru glanced over his shoulder. Of course, in fact, I insist that you all come along to watch. It should be a good show, Orochimaru said. Time skip. If it's a boy, I'll kill him. If it's a girl, I'll kill her as well. What the hell is wrong with him? Has he gone mad, Naruto thought. He was in a large, open area. A room, a battle area. Whatever you might call it. There was a square meter cube in front of him, made from what seemed to be fiberglass. Inside was an orange-haired boy. He was probably 8 years old, but he was much taller than Naruto, as he was only wearing some black shorts, his orange hair spiking out, as he was muttering to himself about killing. It seems like he has not noticed me yet. Oh, I see, the glass. It's not for him to see out, but for people to see within. That would make a lot of sense, given how violent this boy seems. As Naruto watched the glass tube sink into the ground, the top opening up, as the boy was left out on the surface as the tube went down, leaving the boy there, exposed to the underground. As he kept on muttering, no, I changed my mind. If it's a girl, I won't kill her. Yes, the boy. I'll kill him if it's a boy, he said, a look of insanity written all over his face. The boy was no longer contained as Naruto looked towards him. What's your name? He asked. My name? My name is Jugo. Jet booster jump, he screamed as he launched himself towards Naruto. He created 3 jet-like appendages on his back as he blasted himself forward at blinding speeds. As he altered his hand in mid-air, a jet booster came on the elbow of his hand as he blasted chakra out to increase the ferocity and the force behind the blow. Die! Pistol fist, he yelled. As the attack was incredibly fast and slammed right into the blonde, Naruto was sent skyrocketing before slamming into the wall, breaking through it. Jugo burst out laughing. I killed him! I killed the boy, he yelled, laughing psychotically to himself. Meanwhile, in a different room, sat 8 individuals watching the battle by an overhead projection seal. The battle arena was full of reinforcement seal, and for the spectators it was full of civilian seal, as the projections projected over on 6 different areas so they would not miss a single thing. Naruto and Yakumo cried as she covered her mouth in shock. No way, he can't be dead, Karen said, as tears gathered in her eyes. She had not spent that much time with Naruto, but Yakumo had talked about him so much in the past 2 weeks, and the things that he's been through, the pain, the suffering, and she felt like she knew him rather well. He was also kind and loving towards his friends, from what she could see, and he was nice, incredibly so. I wouldn't write off Naruto so soon if I were you, Karen-chan, Kabuto said, watching the view as well, as he pushed up his glasses, a little trademark move of his. What do you mean, Kabuto-sensei? Asked the 6-year-old Karen. Jugo attack should have caused a lot more damage to the wall than that. Just take a look and you will see what I mean, Kabuto said. Inside the wall, Naruto blinked. Man, he's fast, he thought to himself. As Naruto clenched his fist and opened it, he needed to grow up. His 6-year-old body was not ready for certain things that he wanted to do. However, Naruto was fine, as he looked down to see scales over his body. A grin came on his face. So the experiment was a success, Naruto thought. Orochimaru would be happy to see this. I've been able to manifestate the scales of the great Samehata, Naruto thought to himself, as Naruto hand gripped the wall, but it was no longer human-like as he pulled himself out. Jugo stared at the monster that was now in front of him. There was no more hair or human-resembling skin. His entire body was covered in scales, from head to toe. However, the head part was still spiky like his hair. The deep blue eyes were still visible, and he seemed to have gills on his neck. What happened? Why did my attack lose power? No one has successfully blocked my piston fist before, Jugo asked. The curse mark spreading more across his face. His left eye was already monster looking, with black scare and a golden iris. Your chakra. I ate your chakra from your attack. It was so delicious. Now, I'm gonna shave you to pieces, Naruto yelled, as he swung his scale-covered arm right towards Jugo's face, having blasted towards him in incredible speed. Jugo pulled back, too slow, destroying Axe Fist, as he turned his hand into a gigantic axe and brought it down on Naruto. Boom! Naruto was slammed into the wall, once again. However, this time, the reinforced wall started to be broken, the one that was inside, and yet, Naruto was completely fine. As he lay there in the broken wall, Jugo laughed. You're stronger than the others I had to kill before. This will be more fun. Piston fist. Style 1, Jugo yelled. He was cut off though as an elbow smashed across his face. He was sent skipping across the arena before slamming on the ground hard. As Naruto grinned, too slow he said, repeating what Jugo said earlier. Jugo started to pick himself up as Naruto flipped up to the wall. He bent his knees before blasting off, as Naruto's fist was caught back when he slammed it in Jugo's chest. The young boy was sent into the ground as his body tore through it, creating a gigantic trench until he slammed into the wall. As Naruto looked at his hands, I've gotten so much more stronger, he thought to himself. As his joints, everything, his fist was reinforced. The scales were immensely powerful. There was no way that laughter could be heard, as Naruto tilted his head to see Jugo, pulling himself out of the broken wall. I was right, Jugo said, a sick, twisted look in his eyes. You're much more fun than the others. I'll enjoy killing you. I'll destroy you, he yelled, as his skin turned a completely darker shade, with a dark scare in his eyes. The injury on his torso started to regenerate rapidly. as several cannons appear on his back. How can he still have this much chakra after I absorbed so much of it? What kind of monster is he, Naruto thought. He was already too fast in his previous form, and it seems like his speed has gone and increased, and not to mention his strength as well. Naruto flashed through hand sign as quickly as possible as he took in a deep breath. Water style. Water colliding wave. Naruto expelled an obscene amount of water from his mouth that filled the entire battle arena. As Naruto was now submerged underwater, the scales receded back in his body, as he then underwent another change. His skin turned a darkish blue color, his teeth became shark-like, and a long shark-like tail grew out from his back. His face completely turned shark-like, gills forming on both sides of his neck. So, Naruto thought to himself, this is why the DNA source was referred to as the great white shark skin. Interesting. Let's see what I can do in this form, Naruto thought to himself. Jugo was being submerged in the water. This guy. He also has another transformation. I have no choice. I'll have to use that technique to end the battle instantly, otherwise I'll drown to death, Jugo thought. As Jugo turned the cannons to face towards his foe, as he added more cannons. This is it. He won't be fast enough to escape this. Even if he absorbed the chakra, he will still die. He won't be able to absorb it all. And even if he dodges it, the wall behind him will be destroyed and the water will leak out, and I'll be able to breathe once again. Curse seal chakra blast, Jugo thought mentally, as he fired several beams from his cannons. As Naruto saw the blast coming towards him, I can't afford to get hit by that. Boom! The entire place exploded, as a violent shockwave allowed the water to explode outwards. The reinforcement seals on the wall start to glow as they try to contain the blast. As a result, the damage that Jugo wanted was not what he expected, but at least there was a hole, and the water started to leak through. I can't believe the wall was strong enough to withstand that, Jugo thought. The water was not leaking out fast as he thought. But one more shot will do it, and then I'll kill this pest, Jugo thought to himself. As he started to gather more chakra until all the chakra disappeared when something slammed into him. Something unbelievably fast. The pain was excruciating as Jugo was sent sailing through the water like some kind of cannon. However, before he could slam into the wall, he was kicked in the back. He was then kicked upwards and then knocked to the side, before he was knocked back and around and around and around and around. Whatever was hitting him was too fast for him to even see, as his mind went into a frenzy as he started to get the crap beat out of him. And his chakra was being devoured in the process as well. Naruto watched as Jugo's body was floating in agonizing pain. The chakra is harder to suck out when I take it directly from his coils. But he's no normal human. He has a lot of chakra. If I didn't know better, I would have thought he was a Jinchuriki. But it's over now, said Naruto as he rushed forward and delivered a brutal headbutt right into Jugo's back. As Jugo was sent sailing, I don't think I can hold on any longer. As he passed out, his skin returning back to its normal texture and color. Time skip. Itachi Uchiha always trusts his instincts, and right now, they were screaming at him to get back. Something was wrong. Something was terribly wrong. As Itachi hopped from tree branch to tree branch, making his way as fast as possible. Sasuke, Mom, be safe. I'm on my way, he said as he landed on the dirt road that led to the path of Konoha. Meanwhile, Uchiha compound. Mom, I'm scared. I don't want to die. I don't want to lose you, Mom. A small boy whimpered, dark hair and onyx eyes. Tears were already flowing from his eyes, as the situation felt hopeless. His mom was injured and his brother was set to return from his mission in a week. And to top it off, the rest of his clan was already dead. There was no one to save them. Even if someone else from the clan was alive, there wasn't much that the 8-year-old boy believed that he could do to save them. His brother was strong enough to fight on par with that traitor. Even he knew that. Shh, everything will be okay, Sasuke-chan. Mommy will protect you from harm. All we have to do is get to the Hokage and report what has happened. Until then, Mom will keep you safe. Mikato trailed off as she stopped dead in her tracks. Her eyes wide from shock. Her sudden stop caused her son, who she had been dragging along, to crash behind her, but she barely noticed that, as her mind was filled with fear and anxiety. How did he get there without me noticing? I know that he was very good with the Sunshine Jutsu, but this is ridiculous. There was no sound at all. No trail to track him. My Sharingan did not even detect his presence. Until he appeared standing in front of me. Is he really using a Shanshin? Or is he using some kind of transportation jutsu? Mikato thought fearfully. She was scared. She could not even remember a time when she was so frightened. Not even on her first mission when she first became a genin was she so scared. But she was not scared for herself though. She was scared for her children. If she died here, who would protect Sasuke from this man? Even if Sasuke lived, she did not want him to grow up alone without any parents. She knew how horrible the life of an orphan could be, not from first experience, but she had seen it from her friend Kushina and her husband, and even their son. Kushina, Minato, I'm so sorry. I failed you as a friend, haven't I? What have I been doing all this time? What have I done to protect your child, to honor your sacrifice? I failed your son, but I won't fail my own son too. I will live. I will survive this curse and protect my children. And then I will adopt your son. I will take him as my own. I won't allow our family to perish. I promise, said Mikato, determination written all over her face. As she blazed through rapid hand signs, the three Tomo in her eyes, spinning dangerously. Mom, who was she talking to? Sasuke thought to himself as he saw his mother. Hand came up. Sasuke never knew that his mother was a shinobi too. He always thought that she was just taking care of them like a loving mother forever. That was a stupid reason, but yet, he was a child. Yes, that is it. That is the look I was waiting for. That look of hope, determination, self-belief. I like it. I like it so much better when I will change it to a look of despair, shame, and fear. I will completely crush all your hopes and determination, the individual in front of her said, which was revealed to be none other than Shisui Uchiha. He was decked out in his regular full Anbu uniform, with a tanto strapped on his back. Fire style, grand fireball technique, Mikato said, as she blew out a violent ball of flame towards him. Sasuke saw how big this mother fireball was, compared to the one that he displayed for his father. Nice try, but a technique that slow will never hit me, although I'm impressed by the sheer size of it. Not even Itachi was able to make one that big, said Shisui from behind Mikato and Sasuke, preparing to remove her head from her shoulders. Impossible, Sasuke thought. How did he get there so fast? How did he dodge a direct attack of that size so fast? This isn't real. It has to be a dream. It has to be a dream, Sasuke thought hysterically. I'm so pathetic. I could not protect myself. Never mind my family. Sasuke-kun, Itachi-kun. I'm so sorry, Mikato thought, resigned to her fate because she could not dodge or block. However, his sword was met by another sword as they clashed together, shocking all three of them. Mikato, who had closed her eyes, snapped them open in silent shock. This shocker. It was Itachi. What are you doing here? You're not supposed to come back for another 4 days, Shisui said in slight shock. Shisui, I'm only going to ask this once, and you better have a good explanation. Why does it look like you're about to kill my mother and my brother? Asked Itachi's eyes looking like they were dead. The clear sign of pure raw, killer intent that rolled off him in waves was nothing normal. Big brother, Sasuke said. Mother, take Sasuke and find a safe place to hide. I will handle it from here, Itachi said. Mikato scooped Sasuke up in her arms. Be careful, she said, and make sure you kill him. I don't want to lose you too, she said with tears in her eyes. I won't lose. You won't lose me. I love you too. No go, he said. She nodded as she scooped Sasuke and moved off rather quickly. Itachi eyed then switched as the two of them came together to form a shuriken. Amaterasu, he said. However, Shisui disappeared the moment the words were uttered as he appeared on Itachi's right side. Itachi was barely able to keep up with his best friend. Former best friend, that is. And first cousin. In fact, he wasn't able to keep up at all. It was thanks to the arm guard of the Anbu armor on his arm that protected him, as he brought his own sword around as they clashed together. You've grown well, Itachi, Shisui said. And I see that you master the Mangekyo Sharingan that I gave you. As he applied pressure, pushing back against him. What kind of fool do you take me for? I gain this power so I can never lose anyone I love ever again. I gain this power in order to protect my family and my loved ones. This has nothing to do with you, Itachi said, pushing back against the homicidal, maniac 16-year-old prodigy. As a kunai dropped in his other hand, he launched it forward but Shisui flashed away, appearing a distance away from him. Itachi watched him carefully. Overpowering him is just impossible. His sunshine and reaction time are just too fast. Not only that, he's always been able to bypass the side effects of the sunshine jutsu. He doesn't leave behind a chakra trail. There is no chakra buildup before initiating the technique, and there is also no sound trails either. It would have been fine if that was all there was to it, but that is far from the case. His technique is twice as fast as any other sunshine I ever heard of, and he's mastered the Sharingan visual prowess to the point where he does not suffer from the disorientation that a person is subjected to after using the Shunshin for multiple times. No, mastering the Sharingan had nothing to do with it. Many others have mastered Sharingan, his eyes are just 1 in a million. How am I supposed to take down someone like that? Someone that cannot be touched? As realization hit Itachi, Genjutsu. However, Shisui is the best Genjutsu user from the Uchiha clan ever since Aizuna Uchiha. Can I really beat him with Genjutsu, Itachi thought, a feeling of doubt creeping into his heart. What's wrong, Itachi? Is this really the best you can do? I had higher hopes for you. I even killed your girlfriend so that you can get those eyes of yours. And is this really what you did with those gifts that I gave you? Really now, Shisui said. Itachi snapped his gaze towards him. What are you talking about, he said. Masaka died from a rare virus that flushed her chakra and turned it into poison that attacked her body. How could you have killed her? I saw her die in front of my eyes, Itachi said, in shock and anger, unable to believe that he had done such a thing. Shisui started to laugh. Well, let's just say I have my sources that have source of their own, who consider it to be child play to replicate virus like that can be directly injected into the bloodstream. You should be grateful. I had to use the Konoha on Dr. Yakuji for him to inject her with it in an ordinary checkup on her, so I won't be able to use that technique for another 8 years. This is a sacrifice I made to give you those eyes, so stop being a brat and thank me already. If you apologize, I just might let you live, Shisui said, laughing once again. You. Itachi said, his hair hanging over his face, not showing his eyes. What? I can't hear you. Speak up. You bastard! I know why you killed the clan. I'm not stupid. I knew that you were a double agent all this time. I knew that the clan wanted to attack the village, and I know how unfairly the clan was being treated. I also know the solo mission I was sent on was in order to get me out of the village so that you would be able to slaughter the clan with success. I know all of this. It was easy to see with these eyes of mine. Itachi, you... Shisui was cut off though. But to go this far, Itachi shouted. My mother, Sasuke, Masaki, they're all innocent. They knew nothing of the plan of the rebellion. They were not involved in this. And how dare you kill Masaki? I'll kill you, Itachi said. He had a look of bloodlust and insanity written all over his face. Tsukiyomi, he said. Shisui blinked. The next moment he was tied down to a cross, and everything seemed to be in black and white. This is the world of Tsukiyomi. In this world, I am a god. I control everything in here. Time, space. This jutsu cannot be dispelled. Hence, for the next 72 hours, I will pass judgment upon you for all your sins that you committed. Itachi had a blade materialize in his hand before he drove it right in his chest. 71 hours, 59 minutes and 59 seconds ago. As he drove it again, Shisui cried out in pain. Clones of Itachi materialized as they also started to stab him as well, and stab him and stab him and stab him. Death did not seem possible in this world, so wounds that would have killed him did not, as he was forced to suffer pain beyond his wildest imagination. How does it feel? How does it feel when you're the one at the receiving end of the pain? Itachi asked in a mad, crazy look in his eyes. As the torture session carried on for about 3 days, as Shisui was put through agony. Please, end it. Just end it already, Shisui begged. Yes, I believe that we've come to the end of your torture interrogation now. Now I will end your pathetic life. I wouldn't do that if I were you, Itachi-kun. All of them paused as they turned their gaze. Behind them was a fully healthy Shisui Uchiha. His Mangekyou Sharingan shining brightly. Why, how did you? The clone said confused. All of them, to be exact. All of the clones of Itachi turned as they looked at him, unable to fathom what he was doing over there. What are you guys saying? I've been here the entire time. What? If you're there then who have we been? It's simple. The person that you've been torturing this entire time was Itachi Uchiha. The clones all spun around to see Itachi Uchiha on the cross, with several wounds all over him. Itachi, you must be wondering, what on earth is happening, are you? Well, I'll do you a favor and explain. This is the second power born of my left eye, Sakade. With this genjutsu I can collapse whatever world I'm in and create a reverse, inverted world, which everything is the opposite of what it's supposed to be. In this world, up is down, left is right, and the Shisui on the cross is actually Itachi on the cross. Everything is inverted. But I must commend you on such a powerful genjutsu, Itachi-kun. Tsukiyomi is really an amazing genjutsu. To think that you forced me to resort to this is a testament of your growth and your skills. He created his own world in my Tsukiyomi. How is something like that even possible? I can't believe I was tricked to torture myself for almost 3 days. To think I was the one screaming in pain this entire time. How pathetic, Itachi thought. 3, 2, 1. The Tsukiyomi world ended. Itachi's left eye was bleeding greatly as he collapsed down to his knees. As his breath was shallow, it was taking every reserve of his power to keep on standing, much less fight against a S-rank, homicidal criminal. You look like you're about to die, right where you stand, Itachi. You know, I didn't want to kill you. I wanted to leave you alive as a soul, Uchiha. For you to turn your hate towards me and hunt me down to end my life and become the hero of Konoha for killing the scourge that massacred the Uchiha clan. I wanted you to keep the flame burning, rebuild the Uchiha clan as a loyal and powerful clan of Konoha. I wanted for you to break the barrier between our village and the Uchiha clan and become the first Uchiha Hokage. I did everything that I did with this goal in mind. But now that you know so much, I'm gonna have to kill you and let Sasuke live instead. He was my backup plan. I have already shown him the heinous man I am for when I attempted to kill his mother, so my plan will work. Itachi coughed as he looked down. Blood was in his hand. He strained himself with the Tsukiyomi against his own self. I won't let you, he said, looking up. As Shisui vanished, it's already over. Itachi tried to block, however, he felt pain on his other side to see a bright red sword piercing him. This is fire nature chakra that has been concentrated and solidified into form with shape manipulation. But I've never heard of such a level with shape manipulation. There are not even any flames emitting from the blade. It just looked like a red chakra. Yet I can tell with my eyes that this is fire manipulation. Shisui, just what kind of training have you been doing? You defy everything I was taught and discover about ninjutsu. Just what are you? Itachi wondered. Fire style, saber. This is a jutsu of my own creation. This jutsu condense and solidify fire nature chakra into a sword shape, causing the chakra to vibrate. That exponentially increase the penetrating force and also the incinerating force. This sword is hotter than the sun itself, and it will pierce anything I wish it to pierce and destroy anything I wish it to destroy. You cannot win. Give up, Itachi. Did you know that the first thing you taught me was to never underestimate my opponents? It doesn't matter what I know about them. Itachi said a small smile as his body became intangible and disappeared. Yasaga, Megatama, Itachi whispered a distance away behind Shisui, launching a shuriken shaped energy that had 3 Megatamas tied together by a strong string, the jutsu spinning rapidly. Boom! The jutsu crashed and left a massive impact. When the dust and the debris settled down, there was a splatter of blood on the ground. It's over, Itachi thought. I can't believe I... What with the smug look, Itachi? You look like someone who thought he won a battle. Shisui's voice rang out as he stood behind his opponent, as Itachi was able to manifestate a spiritual entity around his body in order to use that technique a moment ago, and it was still up. So this is the third power of your Mangekyou, the Susanoo. I'm impressed, Itachi. How? Itachi said, glancing towards Shisui. He shouldn't be surprised though, it was too good to be true. I told you before, in my world, up is down, left is right, front is back, and back is front. Itachi now saw 2 Shisui, one in front of him and now one behind him. But more importantly, the one in front of him spoke. That technique that he used to trick me, it was Uchiha Aizuna. Technique, wasn't it? A forbidden kinjutsu. A clone technique that can even fool the best of Sensei Shinobis. I'm impressed that you were able to use something like that. Was that your trump card for defeating me? Shisui said, trying to play off the pain on his left arm that was bleeding. I don't have to explain anything to you. You cannot do anything to me. All your jutsus have become useless in front of my eyes. Nothing can penetrate my Susa. Itachi was cut off mid-sentence as a pain racked in his right shoulder. I thought I already told you. My saber will cut through anything, Susanoo included. Shisui said, his right arm extended forward, red chakra emanating from his hand. This shouldn't be possible. It shouldn't be that powerful. The spiritual warrior quickly vanished away as Itachi fell down. This is the end of the line, Itachi. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. For a moment, a single second, Shisui mask slipped as a look of pain and regret came on his face before he quickly hid it away once again. At least, their final battle was something great. As Shisui moved forward, 8 tetragrams, double mountain crushing vacuum palm. Shisui was not expecting that as he was blasted. He felt like his ribcage had been crushed to pieces. As he was able to actually sunshine off the attack before it completely decimated him, but he still got hit. What took you so long, Hayashi-san? Itachi said, coughing up more blood. As the Hyuga elder, Hayashi Hyuga, walked over. My apologies for my tardiness. To be honest, I was not sure what to make of your request. It sounded strange and unbelievable. But nevertheless, rest assured, I will take care of the enemy. I know exactly why you chose me. I'm the one with the best counter abilities to Shisui techniques. I'm the only one that can defeat him. Hayashi Hyuga stood there, his Byakugan pronounced and activated. As he watched Shisui Uchiha turn and face him completely, as Shisui noticed something. There was a black crow on his shoulder. As he glanced down towards Itachi, I see, he said to himself, as he turned to face the both of them. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want the next person to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm hoping to see you guys soon. Peace.